Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's staying safe and staying healthy. Today's video I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite going out sexy perfumes that I have in my collection currently. So you know what? Let's get to it. Let's get right to it. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is and I think when you watch any fragrance influencer on YouTube, they'll probably mention this one, and it is Alien by Mugler. And I mean, this bottle itself looks kind of like a little spaceship or like some sort of like alien craft type of thing. And yeah, so this perfume, you guys know that I like to spray it on. This is very, very floral. So if you are not into floral, I feel like even if you're not into floral, you might kind of like be into it. It's a very, very strong, sexy, I would dare say obnoxious, leaves a trail when you're walking type of perfume. It makes a statement. It is very, how do I even describe it? It is very potent. This is not something that you would want to wear for work. At least, I mean, I wouldn't. It's so strong. It's such a strong floral. It's a very sexy floral, which, I mean, it's kind of like, who would think about, you know, a floral being sexy? But I mean, this is it. This is a very, very sexy floral. So let's get to the notes. Out of all the fragrances that I own so far, this is probably the one that has the least amount of notes, according to, I believe it's Frantica. I have to look up the website. I'm going to be listing it down here. Top note, jasmine. Middle note, woodsy notes, base, amber. And that's literally it. For it to be 3 notes, I mean, maybe that's why it smells the way it does, because it's so concentrated in just those 3 notes, but it's very sexy, very going out. This is kind of like a clubbing scent. Like when I'm like, you know, I'm doing this and it's like I can just take in the smell, and it's just very strong, very, very sexy. Like I said, I don't think that it's appropriate for most work environments, I would say, because it is so strong. It's like a very sexy, feminine smell. Yeah, I mean, I bought it as a blind buy and I fell in love with it. I'll probably end up getting the larger size for Christmas, because I feel like, you know, as soon as it starts getting a little bit colder here in Southern California, I'm going to be wearing this to go out. And I mean, you know, even if it's just to like my living room, I'll probably be wearing it because I'm obsessed with it. This could be possibly in like my top 5 favorite fragrances ever of all time. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, Terry Mugler, Alien, EDP. The next fragrance is by Gucci, and it is Gucci Rush, and it is in this very, very minimalistic packaging, I would say. So this is probably another one that's probably my top 5 favorite fragrances, because I mean, the way that it smells, I feel like the best way to describe it, and it's going to be such an odd way to describe it, and I don't know if you guys are going to vibe with the way I'm about to describe it, but it smells like slutty pineapple, if that makes any sense. And it probably makes no sense except to, you know, to myself, but it smells like slutty pineapple, and pineapple is nowhere in there in the notes, but it's like this kind of like fruity, musky smell, and it just smells so amazing. So let's get to notes. Top, African freesia, petals, peach, and California gardenia. Those are the top notes. Middle, coriander, damask rose, jasmine. Base, natural vanilla, patchouli, and vetiver. So yeah, I think probably like when I'm smelling, when I say I smell pineapple, I think I'm probably smelling the peach. But yeah, it just, I mean, I don't smell a lot of floral notes in here. All I can really smell is, I guess it would be the peach and maybe the patchouli. Maybe it's the mixture of the two, the patchouli and the peach. But oh my gosh, it's just, it's divine. It smells like I said, it smells like a slutty pineapple. Just a very, very sexy, fruity smell, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah. The next fragrance is by Giorgio Armani, and it is Si Passion. And this is probably the most sophisticated smell that I own. It's very grown up. It's like, this fragrance is the kind of fragrance that you would wear to, like, if you were going to like a very fancy steakhouse or something like that, just like a very, very upscale restaurant. Like, this is what it reminds me of. This is what I would wear. It's just very, it's very sexy, but very adult, very mature, very, I would not recommend this for anybody like under maybe 21, because it is just, it's not mature in a bad way. Like, it doesn't smell, you know, too musky or anything. It's just the vibe of it. It's just mature and it's very sensual. This is like, definitely, even by the packaging, this is like a little red dress type of fragrance. It's just, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. Not the best lasting power. I think it lasts maybe like, on average on me, maybe about 5 or 6 hours. So that is kind of a downside, you know, to it. But in a way, it's kind of worth it because I am kind of obsessed with the smell. But let's get to the notes. Top note: pink pepper, pear, black currant, grapefruit. Middle notes: rose, jasmine, heliotrope, pineapple. Base: cedar, vanilla, amberwood, and patchouli. So I can definitely pick up maybe a little bit of pink pepper. I think what I'm smelling right off the bat is the black currant. I think that's like what adds kind of like that sexiness factor to it, that mature sexiness factor, the black currant. I don't know. But then I can also smell kind of like this refreshing kind of zest to it. And I think that's definitely the grapefruit that I'm smelling. But yeah, this is definitely very something you would wear, very, very upscale, fancy, you know, $50 a plate steakhouse. I don't know anything about steakhouse, but this is something that I would wear if I were going somewhere like super, super fancy. It's just very, very grown up. That's the best way to describe it. But yeah, it's Si Passion, Giorgio Armani, EDP. Okay, next it is by Viva La Juicy, and it's Gold Couture. And this was not a blind buy. I knew very well what this smells like. I mean, I feel like all juicy perfumes kind of have like a similar kind of story going on, like, you know, with their notes and everything. Very, very similar. So I feel like if you have one juicy fragrance, the rest are kind of, they're going to smell very, very similar. Right when you smell it, you can smell this sweetness. It's not an innocent type of sweet. This is like a sexy sweetness. It'd be great for like a first date too. It's very sweet. I can smell a little bit of fruitiness, slightly fresh, but not too much. Maybe a little bit of vanilla, but I can definitely smell the caramel. That's probably one of the, it's a base note, but that's kind of like what I mostly smell when I'm taking a whiff. But yeah, so the notes: top, wild berries; middle, jasmine, honeysuckle; base, sandalwood, amber, caramel, and vanilla. And I can definitely probably pick up the wild berries. And I can definitely pick up some of the amber and the caramel because it's just very, it's got like this warmth to it. And I think that's what the amber is doing. And the caramel, just, it's that kind of like, it's not obnoxiously sweet, but it's definitely just it's very sweet. And the berries add like a little bit of like this freshness to it, but not much. This is not something that I would wear during the summer. Now that it's getting colder, I'm probably going to be bringing it out. But yeah, I feel like this is probably one of those first date perfumes, or kind of like, going out to a bar type perfume, because it's very fun. I think that's the best way to describe it. Even when you look at the packaging, it's just very fun. So yeah, Juicy, Gold Couture, Eau de Parfum, so EDP. And oh my goodness, last but definitely not least, this one brings back like childhood memories of like not being able to get it, because I don't even know why I wasn't allowed to get it. This came out when I was like probably in middle school, like late middle school, maybe early high school, and I had asked for it. But my parents, I think they thought that JLo looked a little too sexy in the advertisements. And they didn't want to get it for me. So I got it this year, but I knew exactly how it smells like, and that is Glow by JLo. It is like, I think this is technically vintage. Like, it came out, I want to say like in 2001. I mean, this is an oldie, but I mean a goodie. This could be in my top 2. I mean, this is just, I think it's also just the nostalgia that it brings back. This is a sexy, fresh floral. And I am not that into florals, but this one, it has like a little bit of citrus, and you can definitely smell the floral, and it just smells like this is how I want to smell like when I come out of the shower. I don't smell like this when I come out of the shower, but I wish I did. So let's get to the notes. Top, grapefruit, neroli, orange blossom. Middle, tuberose, jasmine, rose. Base, sandalwood, amber, musk, vanilla, and orris root, which I'm not familiar with that note. But when I smell it, I can definitely smell the grapefruit. I don't smell the orange blossom. That's not, I feel like orange blossom usually is like very potent, and if you put it in a fragrance, like the whole fragrance is just gonna be overtaken by the orange blossom. I don't get that from this. The base with sandalwood, I can kind of smell that. The amber, maybe a little. I don't smell any vanilla, like, whatsoever. Musk, yeah, I can definitely smell the musk, and I think that's why it gives it a pretty good staying power. This won't stay pretty much like the whole workday, but close to it. Like towards the end, I feel like only if somebody was like really, really close to you, they would be able to smell it. But throughout the day, I feel like it has a pretty good projection, like, a couple of feet. But yeah, oh my gosh, this brings back so many memories. It's just so fresh. It's clean. And this is perfect if you don't like something that is so overly flowery or overly sweet or overly citrus. I think it is a combination of all three, and it does it perfectly. And I feel like one is not more stronger than the other. I feel like it has really good balances. And honestly, like, out of all the celebrity fragrances, I think JLo kind of knocks it out of the park every single time. I own several, and besides this one, they've all been blind buys, and honestly, I'm obsessed with all of them. All of them are a little bit on the older side, like they were made in the, maybe like the mid 2000s, but every single one of them, I'm obsessed with them. I think she does such a great job at creating fragrances. But yeah, this one's my favorite. I mean, it's just a nostalgia. It's the combination of everything that I like in one. And yeah, I'm just, to this day, I mean, it's been at this point, how long? Like 20 years. And like, I'm obsessed with it. Still obsessed with it. I wear it several times a week. I think it's the one that I use the most out of all my fragrances. So yeah, JLo Eau de Toilette Glow. Love it. Probably my top 2 favorite fragrances ever of all time. I love it. All right, guys, so that concludes my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 5 favorite going out sexy fragrances at the moment. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like, consider subscribing, and thank you all for watching. Thanks. Bye.